Torah Life Ministries come out of the world.
Yeah, and so many amazing testimonies. People have been delivered from their health, bad health. If there's anything wrong with your body, deliverance is there by simply eating God's plants and His fruits on the earth and eating very clean. And it's very hard to do since we're born into this food that entices the palate so heavy that I believe God wants us to, or Yahweh wants us to take care of our temple for Him. And so by doing that, we go back to where he started from where Adam and Eve started. And if we've been redeemed, then we can also look at the fact that, okay, we can, even though we have the ability to eat anything we want to, and it's not sin to eat meat, it's just a fact of there's a time and a place to go for higher ground and try to get to that clean place where the fruits and vegetables and uh, to clean our bodies up and clean the colon up and purge out all the toxins that man has put into the animals. And we ate the animals from man's ideas to make more money and to get great gain, and like giant chickens and big hogs and big cattle and everything they can do to make the crops grow even better with the special toxic chemicals that they put on to protect it, to make a perfect plant to get to the grocery store. and and that is what we're in, the soft kill right now. It's called soft kill. And we all laugh at the fact that, oh, it's not harming our bodies because I don't feel anything. But yes, Yahweh has given us insight to walk accordingly. I mean, why did we leave off from the garden? Why? I mean, and being raised up like this and then having to do a 180. So that's where we're all at, and no matter what, I mean, it's we're facing the big industrial complex in our food, and all around the world.
Yep. Brother Paul got his hand up. He might want to comment on something.
I'm listening to this and I'm like, right on, somebody's got this, but this is so important to understand. Brother Bob, you got it. And it's amazing to me that people don't get it and understand that, we weren't designed a certain way. Like if you believe in creation, okay, so if you believe in creation and we have a creator and he created us, but he created us a certain way. He didn't create us to be able to digest bowling balls. He didn't create us to go out and pick up some rocks from the ground and eat them. He created us a certain way. So Tom's a mechanic. He understands the way cars are created. He knows how to fix a car because it was created a certain way. If you put something in the car like the wrong gas in the car, it's not going to work. It's going to make it be bad. The car was created a certain way, and there's a book in the glove compartment that says this is the way the car was created, and this is how you treat it if you want it to work properly and last a long time. Well, our Creator gave us a book also. He gave us the Bible, and He said, this is how you created if you want it to work. Now keep this in mind, though. I know Tom knows a lot of quick fixes for the car. If something goes wrong, a quick fix. But that's a quick fix. That's not the ultimate answer. A quick fix that's what it's supposed to be, a quick fix. And, from what I see, and I don't expect you all to agree with what I see, but from what I see with Scripture, when He said man could eat meat, it was a quick fix. He didn't change the way we were designed to now we could digest meat properly and eat meat properly. And the same thing with processed food. But hearing this, some of you might be, okay, that makes sense. But still, anyone that's listening to what I'm saying, anyone that's reading the Bible and sees this way, how could you knowingly still go and pick up a candy bar? How could you knowingly go eat a can of Coca-Cola, drink a can of Coca-Cola? How can you knowingly go and smoke a cigarette? We're just, our bodies is not designed, but just because we can get away with doing it, you say, hey, that might work. So you might be chewing some gum, you get a flat tire, you might just stick that gum in the flat tire and say, hey, seems like it stopped the air from coming out. Well, guess what? That's temporary quick fix. That's not going to last a long time. And eating processed food and junk food, and the biggest processed junk food out there in the world is animals. And like his brother said, it's not a sin. It's just not the way we're designed. And when you understand the body and the way it works, and how we were born with fingers to pick fruit off trees and not claws to rip open our flesh, and our stomach and the intestinal and how big it is and how long it is. Just because you've gotten away with doing it doesn't mean it's ideal for you. And brothers and sisters, I want you to do what's ideal for you, because you're my brother, you're my sister, and I want you to be around and thrive the way Yah wants you to be around and thrive. So no, I'm not calling it sin. Just saying, just raise up your thinking. Just like you would tell somebody who is drinking or smoking, why can't you see it's harming you? It's the same thing I'm telling you about junk food, processed food, and the animals. It's not helping you. I get calls every week, people just in really bad shape, because, and I ask them what they're eating, and they don't seem to be able to give it up. And some of you that are listening right now, you fully agree with me, but you continue to do it. You fully agree with me, but you continue to do it. So I don't know. This is the only ministry I know that we talk about this topic, and people say, "Oh, it's all you talk about." It's not all I talk about. We talk about a lot of things, but this needs to be spoken about, because we weren't designed to do things we're doing. And they got a bean, you eat a fruit, or then they throw out what's left over, and then they make food out of the beans that were never supposed to be made food. And it's just, we weren't designed to do these things. We weren't even designed to do things every single day. Even like, I'll give you one simple thing and then we'll move on. An onion is a wonderful medicinal medicine. It's a wonderful medicinal herb to use at certain times, but people are doing it all day long because they hear it's good for them. If you abuse something medicinal, it's no longer good for you. So you got to be careful with what's out there, and it's not too complicated to know this. But doing it is the problem, because people have a worshiping of processed food. If it comes in a bag, box, container, or can, it's not the way it should be eaten. The only skin around your food should be wrapper around your food should be the skin of a fruit or vegetable. Think about that. Think about how much food you eat and how much of it comes wrapped in something. That means it's been processed by man over and over again. So keep that in mind when you eat something, and try it and see. But my daughter said to me, Dad, I haven't been eating animals, but where am I supposed to get my protein from? At that little age, she's getting brainwashed by the world. Say, look, elephants are pretty big and strong. They don't eat other animals because they weren't designed to eat other animals. So I hope you're getting this, and they're still able to be big and strong. I don't see horses eating Kentucky Fried Chicken, and they still have muscles. They're big and strong. So I could tell you this, it could make sense, but you'll get up to hang out and you'll go order some Kentucky Fried Chicken. It's all right. Anyway, I've said my thing here. Go ahead, Tom.
I'm going to horseback off that. Stronger than ox. I think ox eat vegetables too, right? I think that's the same.
Well, it's not strong as an ox, dumb as an ox. That's what people are. They just put things that don't belong in there.
That's it. So yeah, I also wanted to say, I like your analogy about me being a mechanic. That's really important, actually. Even though Yahweh blessed me with my hands and I'm able to fix things, I believe that everybody can work on their own cars. And if you go to the library or to the parts store, you can get a service manual for the car that you have. And that's important because if you have a Ford Mustang, you kind of want to get the Ford Mustang manual to fix it because all the instructions are in there on how to fix that car. So I use that same analogy because when I was looking at all the religions that are out there, and I wanted to find out what was the closest to what if there was a creator, what are the good instructions of how to live in a fallen world? And I found it was actually the Bible. It was the Torah, and it's all in there. And the dietary law of the garden is plan A. And I think me and Paul agree about plan A was the garden, and plan B, even though it wasn't a great plan, was now you got to eat meat for a while, and that was never really what Yahweh intended. As far as good food for your body, but plan A would always been in effect. And now we got to deal with the soil and all that stuff that we talked about earlier. But if you study the word, you're going to find out that that's what the fruit, the herb, the seed, all that stuff was for the garden. And obviously, if you really want to thrive, like Paul was saying, and I discovered this as a mechanic because when I was younger, I had a gut and it was hard for me to work on an engine. So I had to figure out a way to have enough strength, energy to have endurance during the day, not to get tired and actually get thinner and be able to work on an engine where my back and my body would be contorted. And I actually switched to a raw vegan diet 5 days a week. And even though I still eat meat, and I know Paul don't like that, but I learned a lot from Paul and his raw retreat and stuff like that, and many teachings about how to just make some really good, solid, good choices until I'm ready to give it up completely. But I believe that having some leafy greens every day is important. Having vegetables and fruit every day is very important. Lemons are very important every day. There's so many things to oxygenate your blood and get you alkaline versus being acidic with all this processed garbage food. It's so important. If you want to feel really good, you got to make these changes. It's so important because you want to be able to feel good, right, Paul? Why not feel good?
I'm going to tell you this. We went to Tampa last week, so we were driving away from home on vacation or work vacation, whatever you want to call it. So my wife makes amazing food, and she made amazing food for my children and for herself. And I was like, it smells great. She eats like, it's vegetarian food, but it's still not what I would eat. Anyway, I go to the store and she's getting all the ingredients to make the food to keep the children quiet. And I had mangoes with me because I'm traveling with mangoes now, but I got watermelon and spinach. Watermelon, spinach. For 2 days, that's how I ate mangoes, watermelon, and spinach, and some sunflower seeds. That's it. Most of you say, well, that wouldn't fill me up or that wouldn't satisfy me, whatever, anything else. I much rather would love to go to a store and eat a slice of pizza, 100%. But I know how I will feel after eating that. I know how the body works. I know it's not ideal for my body. So I'm willing to eat what I eat and enjoy it because I know how amazing I feel the rest of the day. And that's it. And I tell people, if you feel great doing what you're doing and everything else, there's no reason to stop it. But most people doesn't even know what feeling great is because of what they're doing. So, some people call it extreme. It's, they call the scriptures extreme, right? Yah said, this is your temple, build it up. And if you're too sick to go out there or get on here to talk about the scriptures, who are we to blame? Y'all told us what to eat, and it's not difficult to get. Somebody said it has to be expensive. Watermelon and bananas and spinach are not expensive, even organic, if you can find organic. It's not expensive.
If you'd like some more videos about Bible topics, please subscribe to this page and check out the other videos I've posted. We also do live prayer every morning, and we have live fellowship every Friday evening. Thank you.